Hey, what's up, VC? What's up, vinyl community? It's Dan for Dan's Vinyl Channel. This video, we're going to be talking about some notable used vinyl pickups that I picked up in March, before the first week of April is all gone, and I don't have a chance to talk about it. But beforehand, I wanted to share with you guys this really cool story, and I have a philosophical question for you at the end of it. So, I'm a fan of the movie Ninth Gate. Anybody that knows me, I have like multiple copies of this film. When I see it out, I can't help but buy it. If I see it at a pawn shop and they've got a Blu-ray or a DVD, I'm gonna pick it up. It's just one of those things. I don't have it on VHS, which is kind of strange, but I don't have a way to play that media, so actually makes sense that I don't have one. But I'd buy one if I saw one out. Anyway, let's get beyond this. If you don't know anything about The Ninth Gate, it came out in 1999. It's got Johnny Depp. Frank Langella plays an awesome evil character. It's a book detective movie, so it's kind of like this film noir thing, modern. It gets into Satan and the occult and stuff. But anyway, that's beyond the point. If you want to check out the movie The Ninth Gate, check it out. It's awesome. Directed by Roman Polanski. Anyway, all books have a destiny of their own. That's a quote in the movie. All books have a destiny of their own. All books have a life of their own. He's in this store with these two store owners. And so I have that feeling about vinyl, and I've always kind of had that feeling about vinyl because I've been in a record store before, and I've seen a particular record that I wanted, but I wasn't quite sure. And I thought, well, if it's here next time, I'll pick it up. And then I go back, and it's there, still waiting. And eventually, I'll pick it up upon the third, fourth, fifth visit. This happened with a recent copy. Well, not a recent copy, but it's an old copy of Faster Pussycat's album. It was sitting there, and I just didn't feel ready to buy it, but eventually I kind of knew that it was going to be mine. So I'm looking, a friend of mine tags me, thanks, Kelly. He tags me in an article on Facebook from the St. Louis Post-Dispatch in one of my favorite record stores, which is Euclid Records. They're in Webster Groves. If you ever get a chance, check this record store out. It's very cool. They have two locations. I know they have one in New Orleans, one in St. Louis. So I guess they like the French. They like the French cities. Anyway, this guy got rid of a record like 40 years prior. His uncle had passed it down to him. It was a Procol Harum's self-titled debut album, black and white cover. And he had colored it in as a kid when he was 12. He had colored in with marker very carefully because he thought that the cover needed some color. So he's in this record store, and he's in the new section, and he had already picked out whatever he was going to get. And he ends up finding this record that he had gotten rid of like 30 years prior. And there's a picture of him, and he's holding it. So type in Procol Harum in a Google search and pull this up. It's an amazing little human interest story. I love this kind of stuff, especially when it goes around vinyl. So he picks this record up, and there he is holding this. He's like 52 now. He's holding this record that he got 40 years ago in his hand. Strange thing. He puts it back, and he leaves the record store. Calls the record store later and says, hey, can you hold that record? I've got to have it. So do you believe that all vinyl has a destiny of its own? I think so. I think that especially with used vinyl. New vinyl, I mean, it's kind of like a new car or something new, but there's something about used vinyl. I think it does have a destiny. I think that your new vinyl will eventually one day have a destiny once it's been played enough. I don't know. Philosophical question. I'm trying to sound a lot smarter than I am right now. Check out that article. I'll actually link it in the description below. It's a pretty cool article. I really like it. Just waxing philosophical here. All right. Let's get to the notable used pickups that I had in vinyl from March. As my friend Josh says, the Venals. So, notable used pickup, number one. These are in no particular order, but been waiting on this one. The Cult Electric. Fantastic album. This is, I believe it's 1987, produced by Rick Rubin. If you don't have this record, and you like the Cult, and you like Rick Rubin's kind of style, like that Danzig, the dry production, this album sounds so good. Bought this one off eBay. Just happened to find it. I got a really good price for it. It's a nice gatefold record here. It's just in great shape. It's just fantastic stuff. I love this. I'm starting to work on my Cult collection. I need a lot more, but just love this band. Ian Astbury, huge fan of Ian Astbury and Billy Duffy. Love the Cult. All right, yeah, these are some online buys. So I'll get to the store buys last. Another online buy that I picked up this month, or last month, March. Stripers to Hell with the Devil. This is a great record, and I normally don't leave if there's this, the shrink wrap. I normally don't leave it, but this doesn't seem to be pulling on the record too much, and it doesn't look bad on there. If it's like ripped or torn or something, I'll normally just tear it off, but this actually looks pretty good, and the fact that it's a black album, they get really bad ring wear, so I just kind of keep it on there anyway. To Hell with the Devil, great stuff. And look at that hair, look at those guys. I tell you what, man, but you can't beat Striper. Great album. That's a classic. I mean, some albums are just classics, folks. It's just how it goes. All right, this one was really cool. My favorite one by this artist. This is my favorite one. Why? Jakey Lee. Ozzy's The Ultimate Sin. It's a promo copy. I don't know if it's not like a white label promo, so I don't know if there's a difference, but it's got the gold promo stamp here in the corner. It's just in near mint condition. I gave like $20 for this. And there's some cool stuff that was on the inside of it. So I want to show you what came in this record that I thought was really neat. You just don't get a glimpse into the past like this too often. This album came out in 1986. I remember seeing the video for Lightning Strikes, and just I thought that was awesome. Jakey Lee's such a good guitar player. I think this album is way underrated in Ozzy's catalog. I don't know why this hasn't been reissued. It should be immediately. This one needs a lot of love. This is a great album if you're an Ozzy fan. So it came with the sleeve inside was really nice color sleeve. But this merch order sheet, I love this stuff. But look at this shirt right here. This one. The shirt. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to do this. It's kind of like a mirror image here. This shirt right here. That shirt is super dope. I'd totally wear that shirt right now. Oh, I don't know. I might have to try to find that one. But I could have bought it back in 1986 for $14. I don't know. That seems kind of expensive for back then. But that's how you used to be able to get these shirts. You didn't have eBay back then. You had you remember the Hit Parader and the heavy metal magazines that came out. What was it? Hit Parader. There was a few others that came out back then that you'd be able to. There'd be like the T-shirt, the concert T-shirt order forms that you would always go through. I'd always just like kind of sit there and drool over some of those awesome Metallica shirts. Another used vinyl pickup that I've been waiting for, Poisons. Look What the Cat Dragged In, one of my favorite ones. My wife plays a joke on me when this record comes in. She says, she's at home and she knows I'm waiting for it. She's like, your Poison record came in, but it's got a damaged cover. I'm like, oh man. She's like, yeah, I think it's the wrong cover. So there's a bunch of girls on it. I'm like, very funny. I remember when this album came out though, I saw it in Target and I thought they were girls. And I didn't think they were bad looking either. These guys can almost pull it off. Great album. Gotta cry tough, man. All right. This one, not a big deal record. The reason it's notable, my wife is really into jazz records. So on eBay, or not on eBay, but on Discogs occasionally, when she orders something, I'll try to find something really super cheap. This was an extra $1.50. Billy Squires' Don't Say No. Great sound and record. Now, I hear that the remaster, the reissue and the remaster of this is a lot better than this one, but this sounds phenomenal. It's a great album. It's got a lot of great tracks on it. So, Billy Squires' Don't Say No. I've had some good luck with Discogs this month. All right, so got these next two at a local store. Hit Records, giving those guys a shout out in Columbia. Great place. Love those guys. Go there all the time. They get a lot of my money. I found this one. I love it when you find an album that you're actively looking for and it's in this great a shape. Cinderella's Long Cold Winter, 1988. This album just smokes. It's got blues. It's got heavy metal. It's rock and roll. Cinderella gets a bad rap for being like a hair band. These guys rock on this album. Long Cold Winter, 1988. Original press there. Also, something that I don't know. I just ran into this record. It was $5.99 at Hit Street and at Hit Records. Black Sabbath's Greatest Hits. This cover is amazing. It's kind of like reminds me of like that old Hieronymus Bosch or something. A lot of stuff going on this cover. $5.99. How could I pass this up? So there was I love it. Sometimes those guys, they put like a little Post-it on the album. It says some surface wear, but sounds pretty great. And they point out that it's a Holland pressing on the NEMS label. And it says a good intro to early years, and they couldn't be more right. Well, you got Paranoid, NIB, Changes, Sabbath Bloody Sabbath, Iron Man, Black Sabbath, War Pigs, Laguna Sunrise, Tomorrow's Dream, Sweetleaf. Great sounding. Greatest Hits record. A lot of people scoff at comps, which I'm going to do a video about comps at some point. That's going to be one of my next videos because I think comps get a really bad rap. I think there are some great comps, and some of my favorite albums are compilation albums. Anyway, those are some of the notable used vinyl pickups for March 2019. Now, I've already started some notable used vinyl pickups for April 2019. I tell you, the addiction is getting pretty bad, folks. Anyway, that does it for this video this weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for coming back. And yeah, think about that. Does all vinyl have a destiny of its own? I don't know. Feel free to comment down below. I love reading the comments. I love getting into stuff. So, click that like, click that subscribe, whatever, man. I love the vinyl community here on YouTube. It's nice to be a part of it. So I do want to give a channel shout out to a guy I've been watching for a few months as I was lurking before I was creating videos. Matt Hayes Vinyl. He's a good channel. Guy's got great taste in vinyl, and just he's entertaining. He's got some good stuff, and he's introduced me to some records that I think I'm going to have to pick up. He's one of those guys that shows things that you don't know you need until you see them. So giving a shout out to Matt Hayes Vinyl there. So this is Dan for Dan's Vinyl Channel saying see you later. Have a good one, guys. Take it easy and keep digging them Rekkids. All right? Peace out.